A long time ago, power resolved the intolerance against the commedia dell'arte actors by chasing them out of the country. Today, actors and theatre companies have difficulties finding public stages, theatres and spectators, all because of the crisis. Rulers are therefore no longer concerned with the problems of control over those who express themselves through irony, wit, sarcasm, since there is no place for actors, nor is there a public to address. On the contrary, during the Renaissance in Italy, those in power had to make a significant effort in order to hold the commediante at bay, because they had such a large audience. It is known that the great exodus of commedia dell'arte players happened in the century of the Counter-Reformation, which decreed the dismantling of all theatre spaces, especially in Rome, where they were accused of offending the Holy City. In 1697, Pope Innocent XII, under the pressure from insistent requests from the more conservative sides of the bourgeoisie and of the major exponents of the clergy, ordered the demolition of the Tordinone Theatre, which, according to moralists, had staged the greatest number of obscene plays. At the time of the Counter-Reformation, Cardinal Carlo Borromeo, who was active in the north of Italy, committed himself to the redemption of the children of Milan, establishing a clear distinction between art as the highest form of spiritual education and theatre as a manifestation of profanity and vanity. In a letter addressed to his collaborators, which I quote off the cuff, he expresses himself more or less as follows. Concerned with eradicating the evil weed, we have done our utmost to burn texts and infamous speeches, to eradicate them from the memory of men, and at the same time to prosecute those who divulged in publishing such texts. While we were asleep, however, the devil laboured with renewed cunning. How far more penetrating to the soul is what the eyes can see than that the words they read in a book. How far more devastating to the minds of adolescents and young people is the spoken word and the inappropriate gesture, rather than the dead word printed in books. It is therefore urgent to rid our cities of theatre makers, as we would do with unwanted souls. Thus, the only solution to the crisis lies in the hope that a great expulsion is organised against us, and especially against young people who wish to learn about the art of theatre, a new diaspora of commediante, of theatre makers, who would, from such an imposition, doubtless draw unimaginable benefits for the sake of a new representation.